Hi everyone, welcome to this class. Today I'm going to show you a class related to type of sentences in English. The idea of this class is to be taught to little kids from 10 to 12 years old around the 5th grade. So let's just start. We are going to talk about the simple, complex and compound sentences in English. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Mariana Cuervo Salazar and welcome to this class. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight to the point. We're going to start with the objective of the main class is going to be for the students that they will be able to understand and then make the difference between all of the kind of sentences between simple, complex and compound in order to use it in writing exercises. I think that that's the main point of this class. Okay, so now the class is just started. We're going to start with a game. It's going to be super fun. I'm going to show you some of the material that we're going to use. The game consists in just the group is going to be divided in two subgroups, and the idea is that they are going to be located in a big field, right? So both of the groups are going to be in one edge, divided in two groups. As I mentioned, it is going to be a relay game. The idea is that one of the members of the group is going to run through until the middle of the field. Then they're going to find some of these cards. I'm going to show you here. These are the cards, but they're going to be like backwards, like this. Okay, so the idea is that they're going to take one randomly. They're not going to see what is the verb. Then they see that it's in this case paint, and then they will have to run to the other edge of the field in order to look for the image that belongs to this verb. So those images are going to be in a huge box, or in a medium box. It is going to be full of styrofoam balls, and they will have to look for the picture. So this is going to be, for example, the picture that belongs to the verb paint. What is the objective of this game? The objective is that because of the type of sentences, we have to clarify what is the subject and what is the verb. Maybe they have some confusions or doubts related to verbs and nouns. I think that is one of the main mistakes that they have related to parts of the speech that is related to this topic. So the idea is just to start with the verbs. So yeah, that's more or less how the game goes. Okay, then we're going to have the main explanation. It is going to be through a video. It's super short, around 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. It's going to be with a short explanation related to the structure and the functions of these sentences, simple, complex and compound, with all of the members of the things that comes to simple, complex and compound sentences. While we watch the video, we are going to create a poster in order to leave it in the classroom, because that's the main idea. As I mentioned, it is going to be a face-to-face class, so we are going to have a whole classroom related to this class. So the idea is to create a poster in order to leave it in the classroom. It is going to be huge, and it is going to be made by any of us, of the students and the teachers, in order to involve them in the learning process. So yes, we're going to create this poster. This is like the main idea of it. It is going to be in a bulletin board, so they can watch it constantly, right? This class is not being taught for being taught in one class of an hour. You can take weeks with this topic. Yeah, so that was something that I wanted to clarify. Okay, let's continue. We move forward in order to the practice. Okay, now we're going to start with the practices, games, exercises, activities in order to prove that the kids actually understood. Of course, it is going to be after the whole explanation, solving doubts, answering questions. That's the main thing. So we're going to start with a pair game. In pairs, each student will be able to identify subjects, verbs, and complements, transition words, and connectors, but it is going to be in a fun way, in a funny way. So how it is going to be, they will be able to have different boxes with the name. For example, one is going to be subjects, the other one verbs, the other one connectors, transition words, and they will have some flashcards. I'm going to show you a picture of the idea of the flashcards, and they have to put the flashcard into the box that belongs to. And then after we complete like all the words that they will have, we are going to take one word randomly of each box. I have one word for a subject, one for verb, one for transition word, and we are going to create, and it is going to be like crazy sentences. After that, each one has to create a whole story with that, join each part of the sentence. So we are going to have simple sentences, complex sentences, compound sentences, crazy that maybe doesn't make any sense, but with creativity they will be able to join them in a story. That's how we're going to practice this type of sentences. After that, we're going to have our independent practice. Is going to be a workshop. It's going to be short, just to identify if the sentence is simple, complex, and compound. I'm going to show you a short a picture of this worksheet. It is super short, as I mentioned. It's going to be independent, but of course we are going to be the guidance for them. We're going to be there in the classroom answering their questions, and that will be like the whole plan of this worksheet. And in order to finish with the whole practice and the whole testing their knowledge, we are going to finish with a funny quiz. It's not going to be in order to evaluate. I just wanted to clarify that, because here we're not going to have like evaluations or quizzes or tests to prove that they actually learned through a grade, like if they approve or not. We are not going to do that. The idea is just to prove that they learn and be with them through that learning process. So we are going to finish with the quiz. It's going to be super short. It's sentence types quiz through Quizizz. That it's a platform really amazing to help to make the quizzes a little bit funnier. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify this because I have a suggested differentiation that we should make while we practice this topic with the kids. Of course, some of them are going to show a little bit lower level, if we can call it like that, behind grade level, and be with them. Provides short sentences frames to support them and in creating their own sentences. However, of course, we are going to have some of the students that are a little bit more advanced, and we should challenge them. We should make them improve through challenges. How? Giving them type of sentences in order to create a single paragraph of a story. Okay, and as always, there are some guys that finish earlier than we expected, so we have to have an extension activity, a finish earlier activity, I like to call it. And what it is going to be, they will have to create a mini booklet or a brochure showing them the example of each type of sentence in context. It can be a story as well, or a series of sentences, but that they can teach through this brochure the type of sentences. I like to implement these kind of activities in the learning process, because it is completely proved that the best way of learning something is teaching it. So if they are able to teach what are the type of sentences, they will be able to say and prove I learned it. That's the main thing. So yeah, that would be it related to the extension activity. Okay, so that was the whole class. It is going to be super dynamic, face-to-face class. I like to be super focused on it. I know that if you have seen the previous classes, I like to be super focused on the speaking activity. However, in this topic, in this class, I didn't want to be as focused as I have been. Because I think that these kind of topics are more used in a writing context. We are not thinking about if I am talking or I am saying a complex or simple sentence. I'm just talking, I'm just speaking, I just say random words in order to have a conversation with another person. But when we write, we have to be so really focused on how we do it, what is the context, if it is formal, informal. So I just wanted to be really focused on the writing context or writing skill. Okay, so that would be it. I just wanted to close with this clarification. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you have learned a lot and maybe you can use one of these activities in order to teach this topic. Thank you so much. Bye.